Hello, everyone, and welcome to Bio 181 Laboratory. I wanted to go ahead and give this brief 5-minute video. I'm going to try to keep it at 5 minutes just to go over our lab course. Now, please remember if you're listening to this or watching this after this is the fall semester of 2021, please make sure that you're checking with your individual lab TAs or whoever might be teaching your lab course. Again, this information only holds true to my section, but it can be, for the most part, some of the general stuff is the same throughout. However, due dates, some of the ways that I send out emails, some stuff like that will vary between TAs. So just going over briefly, all lab sections are going to use a Moodle. We're going to have our announcements, and then we're going to have some information. I teach an online section. So most, I would say 95% of labs are going to be seated, just because it is almost impossible to recreate an interactive environment online. However, I think we've done a good job of it. This is only for students who have other circumstances where they really cannot attend an in-person lab section. So if you're one of those people, you really cannot, due to any kind of circumstances that might be going on in your life, or you just really cannot do an in-person section, please reach out to your professor, and there are very few online sections we may be able to get you in. So your general information is going to be here. We're going to focus a lot on the lab website. So our Moodle is more of a submission space. So all of your activities, everything will be submitted here, but the instructions will be on the lab website. And so I want to go over here, and this is what our lab website is going to look like. Sorry, I wasn't on the main page before. This is a beautiful website that was put together by our lab coordinator and our lead for Bio 181, and it has all of our information for lab based on the lab unit. So in order to find material for whatever lab you're doing, you're going to go to this lab website, and you can use the front page, or you can hover over your laboratory units and go to whichever unit you're going to be doing. I want to go over to our lab format because as of now, and this is fall semester, make sure that you're checking if you're looking at this at a later date. We have a pre-lab, in-lab, and post-lab schedule for each lab, which means that you're going to use your pre-lab to kind of work on your own and then submit in Moodle that will kind of prep you for your in-lab. Your in-lab is what you're going to be doing as a group. So if you're in person, which again, most are, you're going to be working with about four individuals, 3 other individuals for a group of 4, and you're going to work on generating, analyzing, and discussing data. You're going to submit this all again in Moodle, but all of your instructions will be found again over here. So your post lab is kind of like your homework. It's what you learned and what you've done combining your pre-lab and your in-lab. These are going to be due. The due dates, for the most part, will not vary. Sorry if you can hear my dogs in the background, but your pre-lab will be due before your lab time, the start of your scheduled lab time. Your in-lab will be due at the end of your lab, and then your post-lab will be due 48 hours after. Again, this may vary depending on the semester, especially in summer semesters when it's a little bit more fast-paced. This will change. So please make sure you check on your Moodle site to figure out what's due when. The best way to do this is by looking on the side or by clicking assignments and looking at your topics over here with your due dates and submissions. This way, you can see what's due, when it's due, and if you've submitted or not. Going over here, your lab schedule can be found here. Please note that our units will not always match the week. So starting, I believe, in week 3, we'll be doing lab 2.2. So this will kind of shift off. So that way your lab 2.2 is actually week 3. So then when we do lab 3, that's going to be lab section 2.2. When we do lab 3 or unit 3, that's going to be lab week 4. So make sure that you're going to the right place, and your TAs will let you know. Absences, it's incredibly important that you attend. If you have any questions about this, let me know. If you're going to miss it, please let me know. As of right now, we are doing, or your TA now, we're doing online makeups. So what I would teach normally, this is kind of an online module, which you can do asynchronously. And Again, you've got your setup, your pre-lab, your in-lab, and your post-lab. If there are any questions regarding lab, please reach out to your TA directly. Dr. Patchouli is normally not very in charge when it comes to lab. Your TA is going to be the best source, as they will give the end grades and be in communication with Dr. Patchouli the whole time. I hope this helped. Again, if you have any information or any questions, please reach out to your TA for more information.